Talking about the politics of Canada, especially Ontario. I am Peter Beimers, two-time candidate for the New Blue Party of Ontario. Let's get to it. Well, it looks like the Liberals are dragging their feet with this Bill C9, probably to make it look like they're doing their due diligence, but I firmly expect them and the Bloc to pass this so-called hate speech thing. Of course, hate speech is unbelievably subjective because something is hateful to anybody, regardless of what it is, whether it is hateful or not. Somebody's going to be offended by something sometime, anytime. Anyways, let's talk about gas prices. You must have noticed they've gone quite a bit higher. Now, the Canadian government and Doug Ford here in Ontario is, of course, going to blame the war in Iran, going to put the blame firmly on Donald Trump, as they normally do. However, um, if they truly cared about the Canadian people, they would have done, well, one thing many years ago, that they already had an agreement in place and then reneged on it and blamed Biden for that one, was getting a pipeline in place to go out east. It was all set to go, agreements were in place, and they decided, nah, let's not do this. And they blamed it, they blamed it on Biden for not wanting to do it. There was protests, so they acquiesced to the protesters. But let's be honest, Trudeau never really wanted to do it anyway. Now, we could have had Canada has the second or third largest oil reserves in the world. We could be producing our own oil rather than importing gasoline and oil. And about a month or so ago, the East Coast, the Maritimes, got natural gas for the first time from Australia, of all places. Now, surely it would be cheaper for Canada to build our own refineries, refine our own oil, and sell it to Canadians, and probably at a fraction of the cost that we are paying at the pumps right now. But the Liberals don't want to do that. For whatever reason, they just rather import oil and milk you. Now, what else they could do immediately is to give relief to you and me by cutting the taxes out of the gas price, because there's HST, there's provincial sales tax, there's the federal carbon tax, and the provincial industrial carbon tax. Like most of what you're paying for, I believe, at the pump, if not half, there is an awful lot of tax attached to the gas price. If they truly wanted to give relief for the Canadian taxpayer, they would cut the tax on gasoline. Just remove it altogether to make it easier for you and me to get around. But I've heard no talk about that, just blaming Trump as they normally do. Rather than looking for solutions, they just point at a possible source of the problem, which is, of course, never the person in the mirror. Well, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. And if you like what you hear, share with your friends, like, and subscribe for when new videos are posted every Monday night. Quick word about baseball. The World Baseball Classic is going on now, and it will be done very, very shortly. And my money right now is on the Dominican team winning it all. It was nice to see Canada in the quarterfinals for the first time, but I don't think anybody in their right mind thought that Canada really stood much of a chance against the Americans. But I think the American dream ends against the Dominican Republic.